G'day folks, Jim here from Orchard Forex. It is Friday the 19th of June. It's been a pretty uninspiring session really. Stocks ended flat, but we did see a little bit of safe haven demand for the dollar, which remains underpinned and looks as though it might have a little bit more on the top side ahead of it. Sterling came under some pressure after the Bank of England meeting, but more particularly because of growing Brexit concerns, whether they'll be able to get a deal across the line before the end of the year. There wasn't an awful lot going on. As you can see from the heat map, the stocks and the metals look pretty neutral. The crosses generally not doing an awful lot. Sterling does look a little bit heavy against the Aussie. It's mixed against the euro. The yen seems to still have a little bit of demand to it. The cross hasn't done an awful lot, but dollar yen and euro yen both look as though we are going to see ongoing yen demand. But generally, I still like the dollar. The euro looks a bit heavy, and as I said just now, sterling looks heavy. And also after the unemployment numbers yesterday, the Aussie wasn't going to see an awful lot of upside, and that remains a little bit heavy, which is dragging the Kiwi down. We'll go and have a look at the charts, and we'll start today with the dollar index. Okay, as you can see from this 4-hour chart of the dollar index, the momentum is slightly to the top side, nothing major, but I think we're probably going to head for a test of this resistance line here, 97.80. That comes in around there. So that suggests to me that the euro is going to head sub 112. We're sitting pretty much on it at the moment. Where are we? About 112.05. Did get down, I think, to about 111.85 overnight, but I think there might be a little bit more downside for the euro. Nothing major at the moment, but that's the way. The dailies also. Let's have a quick look at the daily chart. The daily momentum indicators also suggest that we are going to see further dollar strength. So I think we might be able to take this out and eventually head up towards the 200-day moving average, which currently sits around 98.4. And if we get really lucky, we might see a move towards 99, but that's some way off at the moment. The momentum is pretty slow, so I don't think we're going to see a move towards that level today. There's not much on the calendar this afternoon or this evening from the US. So I would imagine we might just see a slow drift, but if anything towards the top side. Going to look at the currencies themselves. Right, so here we do have a 4-hour euro chart. It does look a little bit heavy, but as I say, we are sitting above support here. This is down around 111.80. Actually, it's probably a little bit lower than that now today. Where are we? Down 111.70. And that comes ahead of this FIBO support at 111.60 or so. A break of that would be required to see momentum grow. That's down to 110 or sub 111. I don't think we're going there today, but I think that is the direction of it. The 4-hourly chart indicators do point lower, and as I've said before, I keep repeating that the dailies look heavy, so I prefer to be short euro than long. Same applies really. We'll have a quick look at sterling. Sterling did, this is an hourly chart, it came off during the course of the session. The hourlies are a little bit oversold, so we'll probably consolidate around here. But the 4-hourlies, we've broken some support here, and this wedge that I was talking about a couple of days ago on the video, we've broken to the downside as we kind of thought we would, and we're now going to come into support down around here. This is 123 and change. That's still some way off, but I think that's where we're headed. The 4-hourly indicators once again pointing lower, and the dailies also looking a little bit heavy. Sitting on the 55-day moving average at the moment, so I'm not expecting too much. Let's just blow that up. That's going to provide support for now, but once Europe come in, I think we might see another leg to the downside. So I'd prefer to be short. Dollar yen we spoke about yesterday. Dollar yen's not doing an awful lot. It's holding on to this support. I think if we do see safe haven demand increase, then we are going to see a bit of a break to the downside. But with dollar strength, all else things being equal, dollar yen might hold its own around here. I think euro yen is probably a better play than dollar yen at the moment. So we'll have a look at that in a second. Otherwise, moving forward, the Aussie's holding this support. The very poor unemployment numbers yesterday halted any potential upside movement for the Aussie. It did squeeze actually up to 69. I was a bit surprised about that, but it squeezed up to 69 early Europe last night. It's back down here towards its lows now, 68.5, 68.40, sitting on the support. I think that's going to go. Having said that, the 4-hour indicators are pretty neutral at the moment, but with the dailies pointing lower, I think eventually we do push to the downside. Otherwise, there's not an awful lot to report today. As I say, stocks was flat. I'll just have a quick look at Euro Yen. Okay, here we are, 4-hour chart of Euro Yen. It just it continues to grind slowly lower. I think eventually we're below 120, so I do think what this 119.40, I think I spoke about that yesterday, that's going to provide support. And if we get through there, then I guess these lows down around here, but heading towards 118.20. The dailies look heavy. If we are sitting just above the 200-day moving average here at 119.50. That, as I say, that will provide a level of support, but eventually I think we can break it and perhaps head down at the next level of support there, 118.80 or so. The 100-day moving average. The only other thing to look at today worth mention is oil. Okay, here we have a 4-hour oil chart. Now we are just consolidating here, but I think if we can break this resistance here, I think we might have another run at 40 and then head into this resistance area that we've spoken about before in the $40–43 area. I don't think we're going above there for a while, but I certainly think we're going to give it a nudge and see what is there. The indicators, 4-hour indicators, are pretty flat, and there is a minor level of bearish divergence, so that's worth watching out for. But the daily indicators, they're slightly negative, so maybe we do just trade around here for a while and further consolidation. But as I keep on saying, the weeklies do look very positive to me. And I think eventually we see a move to the top side. Anyway, we'll leave it there for today. Have a very good weekend, and we'll talk to you on Monday. Cheers.